Hello, sir. An adventurous ambition. The wandering minstrel is in search of inspiration. Well now, if it isn't my adventurer friend Bat, it could only be a blessing from the navigator that we should meet again here and now. You see, I have been struggling to find inspiration for a new song to perform this rising. I have a mind to speak with the locals for their tales, for which I could use your able assistance. Might you be willing to accompany me? Sure. I am truly grateful. During the rising, we remember those we lost in the calamity when we turn our attention to to a brighter future. 'Tis my hope to hear a tale that inspires one and all to look forward. Now then, there is no better place for talk in Limsa Lominsa than the Drowning Wench. Let us seek out the barkeep BatDan and see if he has aught of interest to share. Okay. Cutscene time. Yeah, I think the Rising is rather short this year. Oh, come on. What's the harm? What's the arm? Eve. Apparently that's a little child. Apparently, let's see. What's the arm? You'll get yourself killed. That's the arm. I ain't letting one so young sign up. Why do ye want to become an adventurer so badly anyways? Richa? There's this place I know. There's this place I need to go to. The problem is, the Yellow Jackets won't let a child leave the city alone. But if I was an adventurer, I'd be responsible for myself. If I could go wherever I please, whenever I please, so please, let me sign up. I ain't that simple, lass. I've got a responsibility to those I sign up. If I let someone what's clearly unprepared ed out there, and they'll end up out or worse. There we go. Pirate speak. You gotta love it. I wouldn't be able to live it down. And don't even get me started on the damage it'd cause the guild's reputation. So ye can forget about signing up until ye older. Much older. But it has to be now, during the rising. Why do you have to be so irresponsible? Oh, sorry. So why do you have to be so responsible? It comes with age, lass. Now run along and get yourself home. Oops, he's plotting something. Clearly plotting something. Is everything well? Sorry, sorry you'd have to see that. The little cubs bent in on becoming an adventurer, but I said no, and sent her on her way. Still, I can't help but worry. She doesn't strike me as the sort to give up easily. True that. Wouldn't surprise me if she tried to sneak out anyway. I ain't to impose, but do you reckon you could keep an eye on Richa? I do it myself, but I can't up and leave the tavern. The timing of the rising seemed to be of the essence to the little one. Intriguing, would you not agree? Let us ask her about that. Okay. I'm in your debt. Now, the nearest city's exit is the Tempest Gate, over by the aft castle. I suggest you begin by talking to Clindrel and the sentry yonder. I hate pirate speak. Over yonder. He's over yonder. The Yellow Jackets kept constant watch at every city gate. If Richa has come through, they will have surely seen her. The lowlands of Lonosia await you on the other side of the Tempest Gate. At Baragon's behest, you say? As it happens, a girl of that description did come through just a moment ago. She was at the heels of a Makot peddler, so at a glance, one might think them parent and child, but the way she kept stealing glances behind her made me suspicious. So I alerted my comrade, Yo-Yo, outside, and I expect she's stopped the little one for questioning. If you're worried, you should seek her out. Our thanks for the information. We shall find your comrade at once. That's right, we will. Well now, if it ain't the good minstrel and our kindly helper, pleasure to see the two ye again. What brings ye here today? So BatDan sent ye after the little one. I was just about to ask her what she's up to. Which was it, dearie? Even without others telling ye ought to know it's dangerous out here. What is it that ye want to do so badly? You'd risk your life like this. There's something I need to see. It doesn't matter if it's dangerous. I have to go. A yo-yo, indeed. We've spoken to a yo-yo, I think last year. We understand that you have your reasons, Richa. Even so, we cannot, in good conscience, allow you to wander the wilds alone. So here I would make a proposal. Rather than becoming an adventurer, why not employ the services of one? With a dependable adventurer at your side, you would be able to reach your destination safely. This, I believe, is your best option. But I don't have any money, and what adventurer would want to help a child anyway? Why, our friend here, of course. Oh, it's just like voluntarily telling me to do things. Let's see, let's see. You can count on me as long as I get paid. If you're happy with this humble Varigant, yes. If you're happy with this humble Varigant, I shall be glad to provide suitable recompense in Richard's stead. While a part of me hopes that this will lead to inspiration for a song, above all, I feel compelled to lend a helping hand. You really helped me? Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad it worked out for ye, but as a client, there's something ye need to bear in mind. That is, you've got to give the adventurer your trust. Be honest with what exactly is it ye need, and you'll be able to help ye all the better. The place I want to go to is a lighthouse over in Lower Lanacia. It's named for one of the 12. I heard a rumor from a kid in town, you see. He told me that ghosts appear there during the rising. There's supposedly a lighthouse keepers who died in the calamity, and they spirit children away to the realm of the dead. But that's got to be nonsense, and I want to prove it. Oh, the 2 lighthouses in the area. Orshon's torch is the only one as civilians can still get to. Don't recall hearing nothing about no ghosts though. I'm not afraid of no ghosts. I can't help but to be curious, so I'll come along. Having a yellow jacket with ye might ought to make things easier, I reckon. That's outside of the skirmish, anyway. Being a cannoneer, I am more at home blasting things from a distance. And if we run into any fiery fiends on the road, they're all yours. So what's your name, adventurer? I don't have a name. I'm nameless. BatDan. I'll remember that. Thank you so much for helping me. We'll go to Orshon's tower and we'll see if the rumor about the ghosts is true. Okay. A light that ever burns. Risha is championing Risha is champing at the bit to set forth. Okay. Are you ready to go, Bat? Yes, I am. As much as I'd like to accompany you, someone should return to the Drowning Range and apprise BatDan of the developments. Besides, to hear your accounts afterwards, what you learned and felt will also bring unique inspiration. I wish you an enjoyable and insightful incursion. Goodbye. Right. To begin with, how about we head east to Madman's Bridge? It'd give Risha a chance to see the sights. The path can be steep in places, so take care you don't take a tumble, A tumble? I'll be fine, don't worry. Let the adventure begin. Ha! They think I'm gonna walk. And there it is, Madman Bridge. If ye head north, you get to the Red Rooster stead, but our destination takes us south. A vital route for trade is the bridge, but it prowls with bandits and fiends beyond. That's why it was given the name, and as warning to younglings. Okay, no, I already spoke to you. Look, a river, and there's some more sort of strange animal. It's a river toad. We sometimes see children out this way with their folks, but I take it you've never been. Actually, I have. It was a long time ago, though, before my parents died in the calamity. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. It's all right. I like it at the orphanage. Everyone's really nice, and I have lots of fun. That'd be Liedman's Souls, I take it. As an orphanage run by former Seguin Siren, in case you wasn't aware, a fine place by all accounts. If that's where Risha is from, I'll have one o' me comrades contact her caretakers. Wouldn't do to let them think she's missing. Right then, next we'll make to Orshon's embrace. Up this here will. Up this ear here will. Okay. Take it slow so we don't wear ourselves down. Oh, fate discovered nearby. Oh no, let's get out of the fate. Me fellow Yellow Jackets patrol these parts. Lest you worry, they'll know I ain't on some pleasure jaunt. Okay. Whoa, we're up so high. This is amazing. I felt the same way when I looked out from here for the first time. This bridge was built where a tidal wave sundered the land during the calamity. And it's a symbol of our people's determination to rise above tragedy. Miss Dorothea, that's the headmistress, said that we Luminsons work hard because we hate to lose and like what we do. What about you, Bat? Do you like being an adventurer? I mean, sure. I wouldn't want to be anything else. It depends on the work. I'd rather not work at all. Yes. That's what I thought. When I grow up, I hope I'll like what I do as well. My parents liked what they did, I think, when the calamity struck. They didn't run away. They were noble souls, like Miss Dorothea said. She promised to tell me everything one day, but I don't know how to feel when they're gone now, and I can't find the words. I want to be a good client, though, so I'll think on it. Seems Richa got something she needs to get off her chest. I'm waiting to verify the rumor. Maybe she Oh, but there's no use speculating. Come, let's press on. What rumor? What rumor are you talking about? I see the lighthouse. You do? That there is Orsion's torch. No 102 lighthouses here that are named for gods. The lighthouse keeper is a bloke named Roshneith. You can ask him about the ghosts and anything else you like. Lighthouse keeper. So, about the reason I want to know about the ghosts. My father and mother were the lighthouse keepers, you see, but they disappeared during the calamity and were never found. Oh geez. Oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. When I heard the rumor, I thought that maybe, just maybe, they were the ones haunting the lighthouse. So that's why you want to prove the rumor wrong. You couldn't stand people thinking your parents were doing terrible things. Aye, but a part of me wishes that the rumor was true. Then I'd be able to talk to my parents again. There's so many things I'd like to ask them. Well, whatever the truth is, we'll find out soon. Let's keep going. Yep. Well, oh geez, not the fate. No, we didn't want the fate. Stop it. The loud fate music. Why do they do this to us? Okay. A yo-yo. I can understand the desire to see those who are gone, to say words to them you can't in life. It's a feeling anyone knows at some point. Okay, hold on one. Sorry about the delay. Come here, Chocobo. Whoa, the sea's frozen in a splash. Amazing. This area was hard. This area was hard hit by the calamity. On top of the tidal wave washing away the swaths of land, a piece of Dalmud came crashing down yonder. They say it caused ether to gush out of the land and crystallize all at once. At that time, I was with Miss Doratha. She was my mother's friend, and she took me to a safe place. I was very little then. I didn't fully understand what was happening, but the calamity really was a frightful thing. I can't imagine how it was for father and mother. Yes. Piece of Dalamud is over there. Even if there aren't any ghosts, Rosneth, has been here since Calamity. It's lonely work, and he's always glad to have guests. Okay, Rosneth. Well, now, if it ain't guests, what brings you to ye to the torch? This little lady has been here before. Ghosts during the horizon? For all me years as a keeper, I have not seen nor heard any such things at my lighthouse I know of. It's clearly the sort of place that children might believe haunted, though. Might be someone mistook me for some laundry or for a specter. So father and mother weren't ghosts after all. But I must say, as a surprise to see Watteau's little girl here, your parents showed me the ropes when I was starting out as a keeper. They had charge o' Limon's ring yonder. Nowadays it's on a little isle, but there used to be a stretch o' land connecting it. A dangerous stretch it was, rife with nasty beasts. Ye need to hire adventurers and grizzle ones at that, just to deliver supplies. If you knew my parents, please tell me more about them. They left me in Linsalominsa during the calamity and died in the tidal wave. Why did they go out there even though it was so dangerous? What was going through their minds? I want to know. I was stationed elsewhere at the time, so I only read this in a report, but your folks did everything they could to protect Lamayon's ring. They built a breakwater using anything and everything they had on hand, but in the end there was no stopping such a monstrous wave. Countless souls went missing when it struck, and the maelstrom mounted search and rescue operations. I joined in the effort, but I'm afraid they were never found. Know though that your folks didn't die in vain. By manning their lighthouse to the very end that day, they guided many a vessel safely to shore and saved many lives. I see. They were noble souls, like Miss Dorothea said. But if I could choose, I wish that they were still here. This is just a thought, but how do you like to stay the night and hear more about you folks? It'd only be the mundane, everyday things, but what I know, I'd be glad to share with ye. I'd like that. I'd like that very much. Good morning, Bat. Yeah, there you are. You didn't wander off too far. I got up early to look at the lighthouse where my father and mother used to be. For the longest time, I'd felt as though they'd abandoned me. I wanted to see them one more time so I could ask them why they had to go, and to tell them that I missed them. See, I understand how you feel, or are you disappointed there weren't any ghosts? Yes, I understand how you feel. Yes, totally. In the end, there weren't any ghosts. Still, I'm glad I could learn about my parents. It made me realize that I want to become someone who helps others, like them and like you. So thank you for bringing me here. Ah, we're back. Elim Solomensa. Well, it ended up being longer than jaunt than expected, but I'm glad we did it. Thank you so much for coming with me, both of you. You're very welcome, dearie. You can always come and see me if you need anything. Just no more trying to sneak out, you hear? Well, I'd better get back to the orphanage. Hopefully Miss Dorothea won't be too mad at me. You'll be wanting to report to the minstrel, correct? In which case, a comrade of mine tells me he's in the anchor yard. I'll see to it Richa gets home safely. Be sure to catch the special fireworks after, eh? Be seeing you, Bat. I have a feeling we'll be seeing you next Rising event. I know exactly where the minstrel is because it's where the Rising event ended last year. Hello there, sir. Welcome back, my friend. Was young Richard able to find what was she sought? So, her true purpose was to see the ghosts, see if the ghosts were her parents who were taken by the calamity. A tale is born when someone acts in the name of another. As there are so many tales out there, it is impossible for us to know every single one. Yet a tale may occasionally find its way to those who need it most, such as that of the lighthouse keepers, whose courage and sacrifice have come to guide their child years after their passing. Thank you, Bat, not only for granting Richa's wish, but for providing me with the inspiration as well. While we wait for the special fireworks to begin, might you tell me more of your excursion? Sure. Yes, it comes to me. A verse for all who survived onwards, this day and every day. Oh, he's giving us a headache again. Just like last time, and the time before that, and the time before that. Ah, we've been here before. What? Oh, it's a puppy. Greetings, warrior of light. Yoshi P and his minions. This is a world that exists outside our reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. For long years we have walked together with you on this grand adventure. It is a never-ending journey, one that shall continue tomorrow as surely as it does today. The most natural of things. Along the way, I have endeavored to keep my gaze firmly fixed upon the future. Of late, however, I have been keenly reminded that we must occasionally look back upon the path we walked, that we might remember the lessons learned. In the course of our adventures, it seems that I too have grown. To learn from successes and failures both, and forge ahead with humanity and sincerity. This is what I had resolved to do at journey's beginning, and I resolved to do so anew. Nothing would please us more than to continue having you at our side on the road ahead. And I pray that upon the journey of life that we have the honor to share, the light of the crystal shall ever shine. Now the time has come for this vision to end, time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. This world shall yet endure, and as we continue to make our way, I pray that we shall have occasion to meet again. Till that day, I wish you the happiest of journeys. Fare you well. Yoshi P, why are you a warrior? I thought you were a black mage. Most happenings in our lives have no bearing on the fate of the world. More often than not, they go unobserved and unremarked. But you, my friend, gather up such forgotten tales and see them delivered. In so doing, you bring joy, and as a token of my gratitude, I dedicate this song, a song of journeys fulfilling. In gleaming golden the sun doth rise, in boundless sky it calls, in silver pale the path of men, a white and endless pall. So far away the guiding light, that you do now espy, but flames of life their warmth impart, to comfort and inspire. Take heart, my friend, for here we stand, and so we shall remain. Your destination reach you shall, by memory's refrain. I have no doubt that you, Richa and Ayoyo, shall give rise to a great many more tales. Your tales in particular, may be more varied than those of others. There may be times when you face great hardships, and the weight is more than you can bear. In such a time, I bid you remember this. No matter how great your burdens, the tales that you have gathered shall ever be your strength, a beacon to the light, your way in the darkness. And that is the Rising. Huzzah, and we got a minion. The Galul Jaja. Oh, Galul Jaja. I thought that was Bakul Jaja. The Rising is an occasion to remember the past while looking towards the future. Many take to the road in solemn reflection, and should you have the time to spare, mayhap you would like to do the same. Sure. Just not right now. Alright, so that is The Rising. Awesome. That didn't take too long. That was less than an hour. Yeah.